It is one of the best movies ever made. That is not hyperbole. And it is back in theaters so you can enjoy it the way it was intended. A glorious restoration of Wong Kar Wai's In the Mood for Love. I am so excited to talk about this with you, Alonzo. It is out there in theaters for the next several weeks for your enjoyment. But any opportunity to go back and revisit this film is a great one. So, yeah, what's it about? What's this fantastic film about?
呢排唔見你先生嘅？
係啊，你太太咧，呢排都唔見佢。我哋唔會好似佢哋咁嘅。
Yeah, this is a masterpiece of yearning. I think is a good way to describe it. It's one of the great films from Wong Kar Wai, starring two of those beautiful people who've ever appeared on camera, Maggie Cheung and Tony Leung Shuai. They play people who are married but not to each other in early 1960s British occupied Hong Kong. They are neighbors and they pass each other in the hallway and don't necessarily notice each other, but they both come to the realization that their often absent spouses are actually cheating on them with each other, and that drives the two of them together at least as friends, and they find some catharsis in trying to sort of reenact their spouse's infidelity, not the sexy parts, but the flirty parts, and trying to kind of break down how it all happened and where things went wrong. Will they get together themselves? Oh, they want to, but they don't want to. And in the meantime, it rains and they smoke. And Maggie Cheung wears a series of gorgeous cheongsam dresses. And if you saw Everything Everywhere All at Once and saw that amazing scene in the alley between Michelle Yeoh and Ke Huy Quan and didn't know that it was from this movie, now you know. And in fact, Kwan was working as an assistant to Wong Kar Wai, I believe, at the time this film was being made.
Oh.
So there's a whole shared history there. But anyway, yeah, this is a film from 2000 that has quickly risen in the ranks to become considered one of the greatest films of all time, certainly one of the greatest films of this century. And yeah, it holds up. You watch it again and you just are holding your breath with how beautiful and romantically angsty it is. This is just so visually gorgeous. The word mood in the title, I think, is doing a lot because it really captures not just a historical period, but this kind of palpable a desire and yearning that goes unfulfilled for so much of the film. And, he is a master craftsman at putting this together. And this is a movie that had like an insane production history. It was going to be part of a triptych. They were rapidly finishing it before it premiered at the Cannes Film Festival, which apparently was also the case with his film Happy Together, where he won Best Director at Cannes. So, it's partially shot by Christopher Doyle, partially shot by the guy who shoots all of Ho Sao Hsien's films, and but it's seamlessly put together. You can't really delineate necessarily who did what. It's all of a piece. Yeah, this is a stunner, and that you get to see it on the big screen. You lucky devils, go take advantage of this opportunity.
Yeah, it holds up and then some. Like, this is why I love doing what I do, is to have a chance to talk about a movie like this with you and to share it with our audience. If you've never heard of it before, or never seen it in a long time, or never seen it on a theater screen. Yeah, it's so it's exciting. Like, at a time where we see a lot of silly summer stuff, to have the opportunity to share this with you is great. Yeah, they're both impossibly beautiful. It is just lush with mood. I mean, you can feel the humidity and the rain when Maggie Cheung is like standing outside the noodle house, waiting for her dinner. And she's impossibly glamorous in her form-fitting dresses and her heels. You sent to me, and I will link down at the bottom, this great article, this great blog post that someone did, breaking down every single one of her dresses.
Yeah.
And given that she is living in a room, she's renting a room in a cramped apartment, like, it must have amazing closet space.
Carrie Bradshaw level.
Totally. She wears everything a couple of times, but like, it's a good solid 24 dresses that she wears here. Yeah, I tried to get Nick to watch this with me. He didn't really feel like it, but he came into the room at one point, and I'm like, dude, this is why I wanted you to watch this, because this here is that thing and everything everywhere all at once. He's like, oh my God, it's exactly the same. Like, yes, see? But the fact that that imagery is so recognizable says so much about this film's place in, recent cinematic history.
For sure.
And the score from Shigeru Umebayashi
Mm.
is like spare but lush
Yeah.
at once. And it
the
accomplishes
needle drops.
yeah, all the Nat King Cole stuff,
Yeah.
Quizás. It's very, very sexy and just yeah, it's an art house movie that is like lush and sad, and it makes looking miserable very, very glamorous.
Yeah, smoking never looked so good, for sure. What's cool about this reissue also is that it is being paired with a short film that that Wong made with these two actors called In the Mood for Love 2001, that was screened only once as part of a masterclass that he gave at the Cannes Film Festival, and is now being put out in the world. And it's a curiosity,
It's cute.
Yeah, it's not of a piece with this film, but as an adjunct to this movie, it's it's cool that we get to see it now, and certainly the two of them, are enjoying playing different characters, but in a similar kind of relationship / non-relationship.
Right, that ship's passing, that they can't quite line up, and that so much of the longing here is that they're attracted to each other. They're connected by this shared infidelity. They know they can't be together because, even if she hadn't said it out loud, she says at one point, I don't want to be like them.
Right.
We're not going to be like them, I think is the sentence.
Yeah.
And so that right there, puts a stop to whatever this might have been. But it's so incredibly sexy still, even though no one ever gets undressed.
No.
They are fully clothed at all times, and and formally clothed, and
jacket
and there
and
is,
tie.
for sure, and there's suspicion among the people, the kind of busybody mahjong players in this very cramped apartment building here, but the way she dresses is an indication of how she lives her life in every way, Mrs. Chan, that she wants to be elegant and proper, no matter what. If someone comments, you're wearing that to go down to the noodle house. And this is a lot about the rules by which she lives.
Right.
And then the end of it, when we jump forward a little bit, different place, different time, is so heartbreaking. Because now that era really has passed, those ships really, really have passed, and there's just no coming back from that.
It's also worth noting that she's having to manage her boss's infidelity in terms of making dinner arrangements for him and the girlfriend, and sending the wife gifts or whatever. And so I think that is an additional reason of we're not doing that.
Yeah, but then you see how much it hurts her to even ponder how their spouse's affair might have begun, because it's like a role-playing thing.
Yeah.
And it is, to use your word, a curiosity for her for a bit, but then it becomes too real. And the way that Wong Kar Wai's script plays, you don't know in time.
Yeah, exactly.
Are they role-playing, or are they really saying this to each other? Or is it a little bit of both? And that tension, that mystery gives a lot of the later parts of the film its power. Because so much of it's so restrained. We're talking about how lush it is visually, but it's it's really quiet and restrained emotionally. And that builds and builds.
I want to give a quick shout out. Our friend John Powers has written a beautiful coffee table book, The Cinema of Wong Kar Wai from Rizzoli. If you are a fan of this filmmaker, and why aren't you if not, this book is absolutely worth having. The interviews that Powers does with Wong go very deep, get very into the mechanics and the ideas behind his films, and the illustrations, as you would imagine, are lush and gorgeous. So yeah, maybe pick that up.
What's your favorite dress?
The daffodils.
What color is that one? Is it the big yellow?
It's kind of green, but then it has the daffodils big, kind of patterned into it.
Right, she's standing at the window having a drink, and the dress matches the decor.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's a great one, and the one with the curly cues.
I like the white one with the black flowers. that really pops, like the simplicity of that. And then she wears a red jacket over that. And like that just, and when she walks down the hallway of the hotel corridor and like the red curtains are blowing in the breeze and she goes to room 2046, which
I was about to point out. Yeah.
significant. Yeah. Yeah. I love this. I mean, of course this gets a 10. This is a masterpiece, truly.
Yes, 10s across the board. Just got made the top 5 of the recent New York Times survey, and well, it should have. It is a modern classic and continues to be one. So yeah, don't miss this opportunity. Go see it.
We'll link down below to where you can find it near you.